Discussion may not be comfortable for all listeners. Certain viewpoints may not reflect those of our partners, sponsors, affiliates, our hosts, or that of our guests. We would like to encourage everybody to keep a respectful and open climate of discussion for all topics, no matter how disturbing they may be. So viewer discretion is advised.
You know this world has gone insane. It is absolutely no secret. But tonight, Saturday night, you are about to experience the true measures of what that insanity can bring you. Tonight, you are about to see Bald and Bonkers, the one-of-a-kind show that delves deep into the world with no holds barred. Now, meet your hosts, Dakota Franson, specialist of the strange, and Christopher Mule, the UFO fanatic. Now, give it up, and let's see what these two idiots can bring you.
Welcome everybody to another Saturday Night Live, and Brian's laughing madly.
God, it kills
And
me every
Dakota-
time I hear it.
You know, I know, Brian. It sounds absolutely ridiculous, but do you know something I want to ask you, Brian? See, near the end of the video, there's a picture of Dakota. Do you not think he's got a strange expression in his face, like?
What's that supposed to mean, motherfucker?
I think you were quoting the actor, something. Somebody had taken a picture just at that right moment, you know.
I'm not posed like that for that photo, man. What are you talking about?
Well, what
So,
about this one
lady-
down here? What about the one that's in the background here? What's going
Oh
on?
God,
with this
yeah.
one?
That's handsome, me, you know.
Yeah. Chris,
That, you know,
Chris's
what-
looks a little bit normal.
I know. I look normal all the time. I might be a raving lunatic, but I look normal all the time. See, I just blend in, you know.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's just it kills me every time I hear that ending. It's just, you know,
I got an O face in the back. Oh God.
You've got an old
it's just
face.
funny. It's just weird.
Dakota's like,
It's just the sense of humor that's, you know, it's weird. It's weird and
Look-
it's funny and it's
Aye.
cool. I love it.
that's the thing, Brian. That's the thing, Brian. You've got to take a sense of humor now and then.
Oh yeah,
and that's what I love about Dakota. You know,
Yeah, I love it.
But honestly, yeah. So tonight, guys, we are talking about fakes and the psychic mediums. So this has got to be an interesting subject. It's a subject I've been wanting to talk about for a while, but I'm going to let my co-host
Careful,
say something.
careful. We
Yeah,
don't want to
I
offend
mean-
anybody. I'm assuming that's why you put that little disclaimer at the beginning, right?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
that and other potential legal problems, because you know people who complain about there being no warning about that usually they don't like people talking about the bad things. They just like pretending to be in their little bubble. So, oh, speaking of a problem child, we
Look
have
at
another
Irene.
guest joining us right now.
Hello.
Oh,
Which
there
one?
he is.
Wee spirally thing.
Oh,
there.
it's
Yeah.
trouble.
Oh Lord,
Hello.
here we
It's
go.
trouble.
Now we're in trouble.
It's
Now
trouble.
We're in trouble.
We're done. We're done.
Well,
I'm-
that's over now.
Now, I will say this: if anybody wants to get a word in edgewise, now is the time.
Yep.
Before Drew starts talking.
Yeah,
Well-
blame it on the UK.
I will say this. Look at that, Irene. Out of curiosity, what one of yours were you talking about? Were you talking about me?
I think
Or were
she's
you
talking
talking
about. She's talking about Dakota's picture.
Oh, there you go, Dakota. You've got a fan out there,
Yes.
Dakota.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh God.
Well,
What
I
the hell
think
were
this
we
is a
talking
good
about?
topic. I think this is a good topic. I like this topic, but I think
Yeah.
now I know why you guys brought me in, because nobody else wanted to come up and talk about this, right?
Well,
Get
it's
me
not
in
just-
trouble.
it's a subject. No, honestly, and Drew and Dakota and you, Brian, it's a subject that people don't like to talk about, right?
Mhm.
And I think it needs to be talked about because there is too many fakers out there, and it's no just that they take money for people for telling them a load of absolute rubbish. Where I've got friends that are mediums and they're absolutely outstanding, they don't charge for it. That's what I find. There's people out there, yes, there's mediums out there that charge for it and they're real, right? But there's people out there that take advantage of people, and I despise that to the core.
And it's not just that. Even put aside the money. Let's take some of the more famous examples. Sylvia Browne and Amanda Berry. That woman swore up and down that Amanda Berry was dead, but sure enough, she somehow managed to survive through all that hell. And there was even another video. I think she was on the Dr. Phil show. They were taking questions from the audience. This couple came to wanted to ask about their daughter who died in a drive-by shooting. And so he was looking at them, even though cause of death was already determined. This poor girl was buried in the ground, saying, "Oh no, she had a stomach bug." No, that's where she got shot. That's the type of problems that I want to address here. So if there's anybody who gets offended by some of the things we try to address tonight, you might want to watch out.
Yep.
Or move on.
I'm going to enjoy this one.
No, Drew's all over this one, guaranteed.
Drew, what's your opinion on fake mediums, psychic mediums?
My opinions, personally, truthfully, I like this one. It's my favorite subject. I'm not going to lie. Fake mediums, I think not everyone is fake and personal minded, but the ones who does fake and con people for money, just for to gain themselves, to get bigger and better. I admit it. We all been there. We all done it. We all give it a try. Even I done it in the past. Still declared whatever. But I couldn't do it. I kept having breakdowns. I kept having emotionals. I think it's just an idiot way of making money, personally. And now I've seen the difference. I've looked at the difference. And one thing they do is people out there does need to earn money, whatever. I understand the situation of finance. But in spiritual wise, it's not fair. It's not fair on the people. You are connecting to their loved ones. You are doing what they do. And the fake ones, it's just a waste of time. Especially if they're messaging you and saying, "Hey, I got a free reading. I got a reading for you. Come and message me. Come and do this." Okay. You shouldn't be going to them. They should be coming to you right away. So I do hate fake ones, and I have seen a few in my time path, but I won't mention no names because I'm radiated out there. So,
Thanks, Drew. So Brian, what's your personal opinion on this?
Oh, I got a lot of opinions about it, but I think there's a lot of people. I know there's a lot. This is a tough subject for me because I've met a lot of mediums that I truly believe in, and I've also met mediums that are just in for it for the popularity and the money. I know some mediums that are very good at what they do and they still charge. They don't charge a large amount, but they still charge. That's their source of income. And, so I think you have to look at it from both sides here. The medium sides for doing what they're doing, but also the people that are going to them as well. If you're not doing your proper research on them and trying to figure out who they are, what their background is, all the research you can do. And if you're just going in on a whim, hoping that they're going to tell you something and you're going to spend $250, I think really that's your fault as well. So I don't think I think it's both sides, to be honest. Yeah. But I've never been to one of those shows where there's an open audience and there's 600 people. I've heard a lot about them. I don't think I would ever go to one. But I've dealt with a lot of mediums in my past, and the last one I dealt with, I questioned until we did an investigation where she got everything right on the nose. So I'm really careful with this topic because I don't want to offend anybody and stuff like that. So Yeah, that's, I don't know if I really gave an opinion. Maybe it's more just a statement, but it's just, I think people have to be careful when they're dealing with mediums, because there's too many out there now, and it's like going through TikTok now. Everybody's a tarot card reader.
Well, yeah.
Every other video, somebody's reading a tarot card, and they're memorizing the book. That's all they're really doing. They're memorizing the book, and they're memorizing the cards, and they're not really doing anything. And there's just so many coming out of the woodwork. And we spoke about this before we came on the air. Everybody seems to be an empathic now.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, like I said earlier, if you're going to go to a medium, you have to be really careful. You got to do your research on that person. So that's my opinion.
I just reckon you should burn the book. Get rid of the book like I do from the tarot cards. Just burn it. Get rid of it. Don't need the bloody book to help you.
See, it's true what Drew says. I mean, see with the tarot cards, I know people that do the tarot card reading and they don't use the book. And everything they've done for me has come out real. Everything they've done for me has actually happened. And I'm amazed. See, they people are amazing. But it's the people that, it's like you say, see on TikTok. Oh my God. I've seen some amount of people on TikTok and Twitch and that, and it's like, oh, pay me $25 and I'll tell you your future kind of thing. And there's thousands of them. And I mean thousands. Dakota, what do you think about this?
I've noticed that there is quite a few, and a friend of mine put it into terms of something that Brian mentioned. How it seems everybody's all of a sudden an empath. Okay, let's take into consideration when you actually get to know a lot of these people, you find out pretty quickly that there were signs of abuse at some point in their life. Is it empathy, which, like Brian said before the show, everybody has a capacity for? Is it some sort of empathic ability? Or is it the fact that they've been trained to become hypervigilant to watch for sudden changes because their life was put on the line at some point? That's another part that makes this a difficult topic to discuss. Yes, if you go do it, just like a little carnival thing, fine. Fun, $10, whatever. That's your deal. There's a reason why eBay started putting all supernatural related topics under the entertainment category, so they don't get in trouble.
I think today in today's world, it's when I'm talking to a medium, or I'm talking to a medium, I look for the signs. I look for different things when I'm talking to a medium. Because I don't know how many times I've dealt with a medium and they're telling me this, I'm telling them that, and it's something pretty generic. Your grandmother passed away. Well, take a look at my age, and more than likely my grandmother has passed. Unless she's 135 years old. But so I think people have to look at certain signs when they're talking to a medium, because there are giveaway signs by telling somebody who's real and somebody who's not.
It's true what you say, right? I mean, I went to one once, right, and they got every bit of it wrong, every bit of it. And I know people that have lost relatives, and that has happened. People have phoned them up and says, "Listen, I'm a medium, and I've got a message to your great uncle or your brother or your father." See, when they do that, I definitely think that's definitely wrong. I don't think you should be phoning someone up or emailing someone to tell them, "Oh, your man's in the afterlife and he's got a message for you, but I can't tell you until you pay me." I mean, it's in the internet. I mean, it's prolific. Honestly, it is. And I just think, yes, there's psychics out there. I know some mediums out there that are absolutely phenomenal. And yes, they do charge. And so they should charge, right? Because they've got a living like everybody else. But It's the fakers out there. And let's face it, it's not just mediums that fake this stuff. It's like ghost hunting and
Yep.
all this kind of thing that's rigged into this. It's like the fakeness in YouTube. I mean, YouTube's full of it, and so is other locations. That's
Yeah, you know, it
just
seems it just seems to be getting worse and worse.
oh yeah,
As we go along, and obviously, me and Lex have talked about this numerous of times. The worse it gets, the more harder it's going to be for us to really be considered legitimate, you know, and
Yeah.
because it's just getting worse and worse. And these people that are coming out of the woodwork saying I'm a medium or a sensitive or an empath, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And it's and YouTube is terrible for it. And I think there should be some restrictions on certain things, but it is what it is. And as we move along, like I said earlier, you just have to do your research on that person and figure out what's going on with them, because you can be diving into something and being told something that's just not true. And if somebody's dealing with them that's really gullible and really accepts everything they're saying, that could really hurt them as well, you know. So
I mean, last night, I'm not going to mention the channel. I was watching a channel. Maybe they're psychic. I don't know. But they were doing a video, and they're in this haunted location. Oh, the demons! There's demons everywhere. I'm a medium, and I can see the demons hanging for the ceilings, and they're coming out the walls. And it's absolute pile of utter rubbish. It's very unlikely that you're going to meet a demon, right? It's very unlikely you're going to meet a demon. And let's face it. If you do meet a demon, you're not just going to walk through it. You will know that you have met a demon. I mean, Drew, what's your opinions on this?
Well, anyone who says I'm gonna meet a demon, they basically casting it at themselves. They bring a negative energy with them. They're bringing it to themselves. You're not gonna meet a demon suddenly like, bam, here's a demon. Hello, hi, I'm gonna say hello to you, type of thing. I agree with you on this, Chris. I agree with you. If you ever get to meet the demon, you won't get a chance.
Yeah,
you really won't, because my story goes back when I met something like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of shit myself and walked the other way. So, in personal wording, anyone who's gonna go around and saying to someone that person can commit suicide or go into a full mental breakdown, and they're gonna make it worse problems. So, a medium or anyone who approaches or any paranormal field, as long as you've got real evidence and strong proof of evidence, then happy days. But I go with Brian on this one. You know, some bits might need to be a restriction on it, and I agree with them on this one. For the demon stuff, come on, stop saying it's demons around, guys.
Yeah, like for myself personally, I've, since being in this field, and not just an investigator, being the sensitive that I am, I've only seen 5 in my time, and that's since I was like 10 years old. And I saw one, and I didn't want to go to this place, and I knew this place, and I told you this story before, I think, guys, but there was this place that was like probably about a 2-minute drive from me, right around the corner from where I lived. And I knew there was something bad in that house every time I walked past it. Every single time I walked past it. And I never wanted to go there. It was one of those houses that was abandoned, and people would go there to party and stuff like that. So people kept on asking me, let's go. And I go, I'm not going in that house. I'm not doing it. And so I was convinced once to go. I walked in the house and I saw it right away. And I was there for a total of 5 minutes, and I left. I didn't want to stay around it. My buddy stayed, and he was severely scratched, severely. And it was so bad that he was bleeding, and he was sick. He was literally sick for about 3 weeks. And he lost, and this guy was already a skinny guy, and he lost about 35 pounds over those 3 weeks. And it was bad. and eventually it was gone. But I don't know. I just I'm tired of people glorifying this because it's nothing glorifying about it, and I don't think people understand how bad it is.
The thing is, Brian, I watch all the rubbish on YouTube. I work my way through it, right? I do work my way through it just to see it. And there's one instance they're like, oh, the demons, this house is demons. Like, see, they're making the audience. It pays. Let's face it. It pays to lie about stuff like this. You're going to get hundreds of thousands of views on your YouTube channel if you say you're in contact with Beelzebub or whatever his name is in that house, right? If you go in there as a normal paranormal investigator, it's got to take a while for you to grow. But if you go in there, kid knowing every nook and cranny of that house has got demonic entities in it, you're going to make money, and your channel's going to become successful. Let's face it, there's channels out there that are that. And it's not just that, it's putting like, see, the younger generation, they'll watch that, right? And they'll think, oh, look at the guys. These guys are getting into that haunted location there. Look at that, and there's demons in there, and they're not getting really much attacked, and it's absolutely fine. Let's try that. And then they start doing that, and then they get attachments and bring the attachments home, which might stick to them for the rest of their lives, and even worse, make them commit suicide.
Yeah, I just if I see one, I leave. I don't even stay. I won't even stay. And because I know what they can do, and I've seen it firsthand, and I will not stay. I've seen another one I went to on my very first investigation. I saw one in the main room, and it was circling the room like it owned the room, and it was taking over everybody that lived in that house, and I didn't want to stay. And I don't know, again, the trend is never ever going to stop if these people on YouTube don't stop doing it, because the young kids are going to start seeing it, and they're going to go out, and like you said, Chris, they're going to go out and think they're going to see a demon, and they're going to put a video on it and said, oh, well, that happened, it was a demon. And the trend is never ever going to stop unless these stupid people on YouTube that are doing it, that every single week they're seeing a demon, for God's sakes. It's just it's unrealistic, and it doesn't happen. And like I said earlier, 5 times in 40 years. In 40 years. And it's just ridiculous. It's never going to stop until they stop.
I've never seen one, and I hope to God I never do see one. I hope to God I never see one. I pray to the Lord that I don't see one. Dakota, you've had a lot of experience in the demonic realms. What's your opinion here?
There's been several cases, and I've noticed a bit of a spike where, yes, it is negative entities coming out, but there's also been situations, like I mentioned before, of abuse. There's been drug use. There's sexual assault. Everything there. There's been one incident where I know a guy who had a mug thrown into his face at this one house. It wasn't necessarily anything negative, but the situation was he was abusing his wife, cheating on his wife, and it was his mother-in-law who claimed to throw the mug at him, trying to get them to break off, because he was escalating in violence to the point where she may have ended up dead. There's only one incident that I have firm evidence, and I will not show anybody the stuff I have on it, because that case ended up in a suicide, where it was a genuine demon. It was full on, identified itself as, a King of Solomon level demon. This thing was strong enough to pick me up by my neck and start trying to choke me to death. Mind you, I'm 6'7" and almost 400 pounds. And it picked me up like I was nothing. I don't remember what happened next, but my neighbor came to me the next day asking me what the heck was going on, because she heard the screaming. Even her dogs were starting to freak out.
Yeah, it's interesting. I did a case at a store of a woman that was encountering a lot of different things in her store. It was a retail store. And she went through a very, very nasty divorce. Very, very nasty divorce. And we actually determined that it's a good possibility that her ex-husband, who was coming by her store all the time, left something in her store. And he was into some kind of black magic or something like that, and manifested something to be in her store for her business to fail, for her to leave, for her to be depressed, everything. It was a guy that it was a fairly large man, or what we thought was a man, but it could have been something else. But he actually manifested something to go after her, and it was scary for her. It was really, really scary for her. And again, it was one of those situations where I saw the man, we saw him, and at one point we even captured on camera a shadow going along the wall in the back room. It was scary, and it was one of those things where the only reason why I stayed is because she wanted to get rid of it. We actually had a couple of mediums come in and help us get rid of it, and cross, because there were actually 8 spirits in the store. We were able to cross 7 of them, but one of them is the main one that we couldn't cross over, that we figured that was manifested to haunt her, which is what it was doing. And it wasn't human at all. So, and I agree with Dakota, like, if that is happening in your home, you can manifest something to appear. And it's not necessarily on purpose. It just happens.
I mean, here's something that's just popped into my head, and this is for Oz to answer. Imagine you have a family that's got a haunting in their house, right?
Yeah.
And it's really bad. And you call a psychic out, right? That psychic comes out to help, but say that psychic's fake.
Yeah.
How much damage could that fake psychic cause that family?
Quite a lot.
Oh my God. Drew?
It'll get out of control. It can cause a lot of damage. It can affect the child, affect the adults. It can affect the motion, the house energy, the walls. It can affect even the mirrors. It can affect anything. If a psychic does that and it takes a hold on the child, and it done it with that child in the house as well, you're looking, if it's not properly, they're not properly well known, they're not properly well recognized. Even the private ones, even classed as recognized, but without the right standard need of support and what level they can be on, then that's going to be very bad for the child and the family. That is going to be really bad. It's going to take to the next level where you can have suicides, depression, mental health, even 10 times worse.
Yeah. That house investigation that I spoke about earlier, one of my very first investigations, I knew what I was going to expect. I knew what I was expecting when I walked to the front door. That's what I want to say. And I walked in and I saw it in the room to the left of me, and I saw it floating in the room. The only reason why I stayed is because there were kids involved. There were 2 kids there, and they were being scratched, and it was serious. And their toys were being thrown around and thrown at them. So that's the only reason why I stayed. If there was just a couple there, I would have left. I said, you know what, you guys need to deal with it. You got 2 choices: get somebody in here to experience to get rid of it, or move. Those are your 2 choices, because most of the time you can't get rid of them. And I know a lot of mediums out there say they can get rid of them. To me, that's crap. You can't. They're there. And
if they're that, man, if they're that, they got nowhere else to go. And people have tried, even if the figure did or priest did, at least they tried. But they're there. There's not much you can do really about it.
Yeah.
Really?
So, I love listening to these mediums and psychics that come in and go, well, I'll charge you $500 to get rid of it. It's like,
Yeah.
seriously. Matt Barron sent me something the other day. It was a voice recording of a guy that was having spirits or a haunting in his home, and he was talking to this guy, and this guy said, well, I'll get rid of it for you for, I forget what it was like $350 or something like that. I'll get rid of it for you. I will actually get it out of your house, bring it to my house, and I will be able to get rid of it. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, seriously?
Don't go smoke a crack pipe somewhere else.
I'll send you that. I'll forward it to you. You listen to this. It's ridiculous.
Send it to me, and I'll person my Facebook go say, you can get mediums to do it for free. Tell mediums you can get their support. If you got the right contacts, then they should be doing helping, not charging money just because he needs a cleansing, a bill this and a bill that. I'm trying to get my words out because that's just annoyed me. That's really disgusting.
Can we see your pretty face? Can we see your pretty face? We can't see you.
No, I'm too gorgeous. That's the thing.
Can we see your pretty face? Because we can't see you. I see your glasses.
Boo.
There you go.
There you go.
Now, there we go.
The guy, the poop guy, he should have really. You should have had a support there. If someone's going through dementic or possessions or anything spirit-wise tax, the guy should have really, really said, well, instead of charging this much, I'll come there, charge you for the petrol, whatever, gas, and that's it. Because I understand the traveling distance. Some people do it for free, some people just for the penalties.
Yeah.
So, but they should offer a lower income, not stupid amount. And what about if he wasn't a real spiritualist? Or that does my head. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it really does.
I know. Yeah, I know somebody that spent almost $6,000 on trying to get rid of something out of their house, and this person fell for it. $6,000. Fell for it.
What the?
Yeah, fell for the con. And I said to the person, I wish you would have called me, and I would have stopped you, because that's ridiculous. $6,000 she was conned out of. Yeah, it's horrible. It's a horrible situation, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And
that is just
I
don't know. I don't know if there would be a way stopping them, but I kind of got to sound stupid. But before you go to like a location to help a family, you should have qualifications. I don't know anything about this, right? And I hope to God I never meet a demon, right? I hope to God, if I do, I hope I'll send it to Dakota, right? I hope to God I never see anything like that. I've seen spirits, I see them out the now. There's one standing right next to me there. But let's face it, that's fine. But when it's that other thing, I imagine taking $6,000 off of somebody to say they're going to help.
This was over like it didn't happen all at once. It happened over a matter of time. She would come back. Oh, I know it was ridiculous, but at the end of the day, as much as I felt bad for her, I also said you should have done your research, and you should have actually asked for qualifications. She took her upon her saying that I can get rid of it for you, and unfortunately, she never got rid of it, so it was still there. So, but you know what I told her to do, and it was free. It was free. I told her, sit down in your family room and say, you are not welcome here. I did not invite you. You need to leave. And guess what? It left.
Yeah.
She hasn't heard anything since. And that was free. That was free advice.
Yeah.
So,
I know someone had the same problem, and that's what they did.
So, you just got to be careful. And like I said earlier in the show, you just have to do your research. You really do. And like, we all know that big fiasco that happened last year, or what was it, 5 months ago, about that guy that was all over, going on all these different podcasts and talking about his abilities. And I think we know who we're talking about. I don't need to mention any names. And he was a real fake. And it's fake as can be. And this guy frauded a woman out of $320,000.
Oh my God.
And
Who's
like,
that guy?
what's that? You know
Fuck
who it
that
is.
guy.
No, can you
Like,
message
you know,
me in the chat? Can you message me?
I don't mind saying his name. Everybody knows who it is.
I mean-
you know, it's
I mean-
it's Mr. Robert Riggy.
I mean, you think about this, what he's got to look forward to when he crosses into the spiritual or astral realm.
Yeah.
Right?
That was okay for me to say that, right, Dakota? I just want to make sure we're
That'll
not
be
getting
fine.
into
Yeah. Oh,
you know, everybody knows he deleted his Facebook. He's off Facebook now. He left. So, and he was a huge scammer, and he was telling, and here's a funny story. So one of the claims was that he was with a paranormal investigation group, and they booted him from the group because they were doing a private residence investigation. And the woman was going over everything that she was experiencing, and she thought it was her husband coming through. Well, it just happened that there was an obituary sitting on the table. So he read the obituary and kind of memorized it. And I guess they were doing something in the home, and a voice came through. She thought it was her husband. So he actually took her aside and took her outside, took her down the street to talk to her in the park. And he actually charged her $40. He charged her $40
fucking
to
hell.
do a reading for her right there on the bench. And it was just from him remembering what was in the obituary that was sitting on the table. And that's why he got booted from the group. Yeah, it's stuff like that. And again, I go back to, I think it's said this numerous of times. You just have to do your research on these people, because if you don't, you're going to get scammed.
Oh, yeah.
That's shocking.
I'm happy the way I am, just to let you know.
Well, sometimes I am too, but you know.
I think there's a special place in hell for all these people. I think there's a special place in hell for all these people that do this.
But can you imagine scamming somebody out of $320,000?
That'd be
Fuck,
stupid, though. Stupid.
$320,000 this person scammed her out of.
I'm just reading BWI's message. Me and Drew worked up 5 months, 5 months solid getting info. Sorry, I'm dyslexia, so I'm taking my time to reading that. How to carry the investigation. And also, we looked into loads of unknown energies it could be. So, oh, right, yeah, Sherry. We'd done a house investigation many years ago. And after doing all the spiritual connection and what we need to do then, Sherry and me got some evidence gathered, find out information first before we went to the client's house and found out what was going on. And one of the best things you mentioned about Solomon Key, that Solomon Key was drawn on the window. No one was there to draw it. It just literally got done in front of us. It was the Solomon Key of the devils.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, really nice. But then my wife and this woman got locked in a room. And literally they had bites on their hands. And yeah, that took for a worse scene. But with me and Sherry, we've done a lot of stuff together, a lot of cases. And started to bunch out to the right way. But with a lot of people doing fake medium stuff and that, I'm going to agree again. Just listen to what these guys are saying. Check out who they are, what they're really about. Do your research before you go and talk to a medium, I reckon. And listen to the right guys. They know what they're talking about. But other people's opinions are different to what other people says. But I hate that ones.
That's terrible. See with the bites. That's just, I'm imagining that in my head. But think about this, Tate. It might not be a demon that you encounter, Tate. It might be something else. It might be like an elemental.
Yeah, it could be.
Or a mythical creature. I mean,
some elementals do that, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember the name.
It was tormenting the child and it was tormenting the family. And bruises and scratches were really bad. Even the kid was getting attacked.
Well, you know what? You got to be careful because of the fact that you can walk into a location and get something thrown at you doesn't necessarily mean it's demonic. It could be something that's
Well,
just really
it could
pissed
be.
off.
I know he says.
Oh, yeah.
It could
You
be.
know, so it just doesn't want you there. It's pissed off. It's negative. It's negative in a way that it's got a bad attitude. You know, like my personal feeling on that is if you were a dickhead in real life, you're going to be a dickhead in the spirit world. And
like
you know,
chicken.
what's that?
I like being the dickhead, but I said I'm on the
Well, look, honestly, if I die before anybody in the chat or here, know this: I am going to haunt Dakota here, and I assure you, there'll be no medium that can save you.
You know, and then Dakota, don't worry. Once I go, I'll probably be gone before you two, so I'll go and haunt Chris.
I was
How
about to say, I'm the youngest one here. Y'all should be dying before me.
Well, I'm nearly 41, so Dakota here's the baby, you know, so we'll all be dead.
Yeah.
You'll still be kicking about. Maybe
How old is Dakota?
I'm 26.
Oh, fuck yeah, you're definitely the baby.
Yes, definitely the baby. Oh my God, 26. Wow.
I
Yeah.
know. He's just a little baby. He just is.
I'm definitely older than all of you, so that is for
Well,
sure.
we all know you're ancient, Brian. Don't worry about
Well,
it.
you know what?
Too.
That's okay. I look good for my age. You know,
That's okay.
65. I'm not that bad.
Look, he's up to something. You can tell he's always up to something when he leans forward. He's probably changing my name. I know he is. He does this all the time. He does this all the time. You can tell he's leaning forward.
I love how paranoid he is.
Oh, just want to let everybody know I'm definitely not 65. So I was
Really?
being.
I didn't think you look quite young.
Yeah.
You broke
not
up
bad.
the other way. It was 65.
Yeah.
Actually, it's my birthday in a couple of weeks. Actually,
Is it?
Oh yeah.
yes, it is. Yes.
Birthday beatings.
Oh,
What's that?
We'll have a birthday party for you.
Lube up the glove, Doc. Lube up the glove.
Lube up the glove.
I got the
Interesting.
watch out ready.
Yeah, he's only 60. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you. No, not there yet, but it's getting closer. It's
the years
getting
go ticking
closer.
by. Do you
know
find
what?
the older you get, the quicker time goes?
Yeah, and I also discovered the older you get, the more noises you make standing up and sitting down as well. So there's all kinds of noises coming out of me. So yeah, so no, but you know what? I'm doing pretty good. I started back at the gym last week, and so things are good. I'm a little sore today, but things are good. Yeah. So, you know, COVID really hurt, you know, like off and on for the last couple of years at the gym. So I was in fantastic shape, and so now I'm getting back there. So thank God muscle has memory.
Well, think about
That's all I gotta say.
Think about it in this sense, Brian. With the rising gas prices, you'll have to walk to the gym.
Well, I do. Like I literally live 10-minute walk from the gym.
Oh, yeah, you'll be fine then.
So I walk home, walk back, and the walking is in there. Like at the end of my workout, I usually walked on the treadmill for a few minutes just to cool down, and now I don't have
water aerobics with the other old ladies.
There you go.
Oh God.
There you go, guys. You just do a paranormal fitness course.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm actually thinking about taking some. I'm actually thinking of becoming a trainer.
Oh God! Look out! Everyone, warning! He's coming to be a trainer.
Oh God! Sound the alarm!
Oh my God!
Yeah, I was at the gym Friday, and there was a couple of guys doing some things wrong. So I just went over and helped them out and showed them a better way to do it. And so they go, "Are you a trainer?" I go, "No, I just know what I'm doing." So, and no, I'm not being conceited. I'm not. I swear. I just helping them out, and it felt good. It felt good to help them out, and you know, so that's what I'm thinking about doing.
I definitely need to go to the gym. Like I says, the only way that I'm going to get took there is to carry a man in a stretcher.
When's the last time you've been in the gym?
Oh,
And
I
lifting
drove
a can of
past it. I
Coke
drove
does not
past it
count.
3 years ago.
He drove past it. Yeah, I got some
Oh.
friends. I got some friends that have memberships. I go, so how often you go to the gym? And we go to the gym every week. I go, great. Do you actually go inside? And they go, no. We just pull up to the gym and then pull away. So
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Brian's
Yeah.
starting his own gym. If you would like to join, please contact Brian.
I do counseling. I do online.
I need it after that, yeah.
Yeah. So when's the last time you've been in the gym, Chris? Like seriously been to the gym, not like 3 years
I
ago.
don't go to the gym. I just go to walk.
You've never been to the gym?
I've never been a gym. I mean, I don't see the point in it. I just
You don't see the point.
no. You could just go out and walk about, couldn't you? I mean, look at Dakota. When's the last time Dakota was at the gym?
Yesterday.
You go to the gym? My God, just something I found
Yeah.
about my course.
That's good. That's good. Your home gym or an actual real gym?
Actual real gym.
Yeah, cool.
My God.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, for finding this is very strange for me, guys. You know, because I'm learning stuff here about my course.
Well, you just assume you know everything, man.
Terrible.
Which is another
So
sign of a fake psychic. Anybody who tries to claim they're all knowing, that's the biggest sign of ignorance in my book. There we go.
Look into
There you
my
go.
crystal
That's
ball.
perfect.
Dakota
That's
was
perfect.
very happy tonight because he was showing me his balls. Show everybody your balls. He's got new flashy balls, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't want to see his balls.
Violent. Cat
Oh,
balls.
you got the cat balls.
I finally got some cat balls.
Yes, he did. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So there
I
you
got a
go.
video coming out. I'm going to have a video coming out from the UK trip about the cat balls. So you guys have seen that video or that
Yes,
clip that I
have,
showed.
yeah.
So that's going to be coming out, and yeah, it's great. So why don't we get back to the topic at hand? What we were
Yes.
discussing.
Come on, tell us something, Brian. I'm lost for words now about talking about balls.
Actually,
and
you
numbers
know-
and stuff like that.
We got to talking about those big events, that some psychics to put out there. The ones, they fill up an auditorium and they give like random readings. There's a thing I've seen on YouTube. This couple decided to do a little bit of an experiment. They didn't necessarily believe the guy. So what they did is they got like 20 of their friends to all create fake Facebook profiles. They bought the tickets under the fake names, and they all just had random conversations, not telling the original couple who actually went to the event. Turns out this guy was stalking everybody's public Facebook pages to try to get as much information on them as possible, then naming it off in the crowd to try to get hits. The level this person went to, just because people are too lazy to check their Facebook settings.
Is that right? Wait a minute. I'm going to quote a movie here, and I think I know what it is. You ever seen that movie where is it Robert De Niro? He's a blind psychic medium. Is it called Red Lights? You know what I'm talking about?
I haven't seen that one.
Isn't that a Stephen King?
See the guy that played in 28 Days Later? See the young boy that woke up in the hospital? He's in it, but he's like a researcher, and he's trying to prove that that's what he does. He's a world-renowned psychic.
Okay.
And they actually catch him at the act. They actually catch him when people's names, they research them so as they can find everything out. And the big audiences. Red Lights, I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen that one. I know there's I myself, I question those ones where they are doing the big audiences and they're charging like $150 per ticket and it's going to seat 700 people. To me personally, I would never ever go to one of those because that's all a scam to me personally. It's all a scam. And there's a very famous woman that's out there. A very famous woman. We were talking about this before the show. I'm not going to mention any names, but it's now coming to light that she's actually been scamming people and she's not a real medium.
If I could call my ex.
Oh, she went and saw her?
She went to one of those events, and I'm just
like,
she's not real. It's like, you don't know that. She got things about my grandpa. Right? You fuck God.
Yeah, she's it's coming out more and more about her. And she's from the States, and she's got big blonde hair. That's all I'm gonna say.
There was
Mm.
something about a newspaper a couple of months ago about this woman. She claimed she was a medium, and she read this guy, and he thought he only got a few months to live, and he signed his will all over wherever he needs to, and basically he found out he wasn't actually dying, and personally it went all over the newspaper. I remember reading about it, and she was actually a fake medium. And then she tried denying it. It's ridiculous what's coming on with the ones that class themselves as a medium.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate thing that it's happening, but it's like we said earlier in the show, it's happening more and more because people can see the money they can make on it.
Oh yeah.
But
it's
astounding.
It is qualifications out there just right now. It is stuff like on it, like the website called Center of Excellence, and it is schools out there. It can help them to get qualifications. If people want mediumships to have qualifications, but you can't get qualifications in mediumship or spiritual or anything. You really can't. But it is stuff out there like meditation or
I think the real difficult thing today, and if you guys have an answer, let me know. It's more difficult today to see the fake ones and the real ones. It's really hard to tell the difference today. And if you guys know, like I know there's certain signs that I look for, but most people that don't know, you can't tell the difference between a real one and a fake one. You just can't. And
it is one way.
Well, yeah, that's because you know that one way, but there's people out there that don't.
There's another way I know of as well.
Do you tell?
And I used this on Drew when we first met on this show. As a matter of fact, yes, I'll be completely honest. I was coming in blind, expecting, all right, let's see what this guy's got going on. This person says it. Okay, I don't like relying on secondhand information. You named off somebody out of my life who's not exactly, she wasn't a very good person. All right. Main thing I was skeptical of, granted, he and I had no interaction before, but I have published books where people can easily guess that something's gone on that made me act certain ways I do today. It wasn't until, I don't know if he realized he did it. He called me by a certain nickname that absolutely nobody knows except direct family members. That she would call me all the time because for some reason that side of my family thought Dakota was too long of a name. So what I was essentially saying is that if they're able to catch details that are absolutely no other way to get besides having been there, then you're probably dealing with someone legit. There's also a lot of psychics I've come across also showed signs that they may have issues with epilepsy, or at least minor forms of it as well. That's where it starts to get into more dangerous territory.
Yeah, like Patty that I worked with for a season. I questioned, like we were talking before the show, I questioned her abilities at the beginning. I did. I was skeptical right at the beginning, but then we did an investigation where she basically nailed it right on the nose, which kind of validated that what she was doing or who she was. But then there was something else that happened on an investigation that I found really, really interesting. There was we were at a park, and it wasn't anything in the park. She was saying something. You have somebody beside you that's been with you for a long time, and his name, I won't say his name. His name is so and so, and he looks like this and he looks like that. Well, it just happened to be a friend of mine that was killed on a motorcycle accident when I was probably about 10 years after, maybe not 10 years, maybe 5 years after I left high school. And he's with me all the time. And he was a very, very, very good friend of mine. and he was killed in a motorcycle accident, and she nailed him to a T in what he looked like.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I knew, because there's no way she would have known that. And she just blurted it out, like, this guy was your friend, and she described what he looked like, and it was right on T. So I knew then she was for real. So because she wouldn't have known that. And he died in a very tragic accident, in which he did. He was killed on a motorcycle. So, but I've run into a lot of real ones. I've run into a lot of fake ones, and it's difficult. It's difficult, and it's getting even more difficult to validate if they're real or not. And I think you really have to ask those certain questions, those real tough questions that people don't like to ask, because either they're scared to ask those questions, or they're going to feel ashamed and they're going to feel like they're going to insult the person, the medium, or is claiming to be a medium. So I don't know. I just it's a touchy subject, just like paranormal investigators, that fake stuff. People get upset too easily. So I don't want to offend anybody. So
yeah, as you're saying, paranormal investigators, there is a lot out there that do fake stuff. Let's face it. There's a lot of big channels out there that fake stuff.
And even on top of that, like even Lexus said once, that it's becoming more and more difficult because of what you can do with editing now, what you can do with video and everything. It's becoming more and more difficult to find out the legitimate ones and the actual fakers now. So it's becoming way too difficult. So yeah.
It's a crazy time we're in, and it is only going to get worse. So we're nearly at the hour mark. Brian, would you like to give out all your information so people can come in? I know I like to do this for you, it helps you.
I know you like to do this. I don't like it when the show ends. That's what I don't like. I like talking to you guys. I like being on the show with you guys. I just have a lot of fun. And obviously Drew as well. I like to be on there as well. Even though he doesn't call me anymore or text me or anything like that anymore. I have to reach out to him.
I'm sorry. I've been really busy.
I'm just kidding. I'm
Get
kidding.
the violin out there.
I'm kidding. Well, if you are living on a rock, then I'm going to share some information. And Chris is involved with us on this venture, the global ghost hunt. The website should be coming out soon. It should be out at the end of June, beginning of July. So once the website is up, you guys can go over and look at the website. And if you're interested in getting your paranormal investigating team in this event, you just register, and hopefully you'll have a location. But you never know. We might have some people signing up that might be a location in your area that you can go and investigate. So that's coming up. Obviously, Parapost Network Central. If you have a podcast, come on over and we'll show your podcast. These lovely gentlemen, or all of these gentlemen on here, are on the Parapost Network Central. And if you have a podcast, please come over. Bring over your podcast, and we'll put you up there. I got Hontophobia Canada, which is on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And what else? Oh God, I always forget this.
Terrible.
The most important thing is Parapost Network, the app. You can download it through iOS or Android and make your account. It's free. You can go in there and see what other paranormal investigators are doing. You can go in there and post your videos. You can go in there and watch other videos in the watch page. And so Parapost Network, the app, is doing extremely well. We're really starting to grow now. We're getting members signing up every single day now, which is great. And I am going to say something, because you guys don't know this, but you guys placed an ad on Parapost back in April. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but yes, you guys paid for the month, but I gave you another month for free.
Oh,
so actually, it was supposed to be taken down in May, but I left it up. So
thank you.
yeah, so it's still up there. But I will let you know that you guys, I was in the background in the back of the site today, and I looked. You guys had almost 4,000 clicks on
He's frozen. He's that excited.
yeah, it's amazing. Something positive and good, and he goes and gets frozen. So you guys had almost 4,000 clicks on that ad.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. So it works. And if people want to advertise on Parapost Network, you can. You can advertise your team, whatever you want to advertise. So yeah, that's about it. Not much else. I released a video last week, a few days ago on Huntophobia on YouTube. Go check it out. It's good videos. The second part to the haunted church.
That is good, guys. Please check out Parapost, because Parapost is brilliant. Well, we're here. Drew, would you like to give out
Sorry,
all
Drew,
your
I
information?
took too long there. I'm sorry. I got so much shit going on.
I
got so much shit going on.
I actually enjoyed it. Okay, you can check out DNTV. Once again, I am part of the Parapost. Go and follow him, because we always say it every time, even he's on here. And when he's not with us, we tell people to go there. Make sure you go there. Okay? Check out as well DNTV's webpage. We have actually got a lot of stuff going on. And we have got Discovery Plus and also Roku and Amazon Prime coming towards DNTV. That's to help out Brian as well. Mr. Brian, we have a chat.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. We need to catch up.
God. The guy
it's not your fault. I'm a busy guy.
Give me a break. Oh, there's one more I forgot to mention.
Oh,
and if I don't mention it, Lex is going to give me crap.
He's going to tell you off. You know he's going to tell you off.
It's Lex. He'll find another excuse.
Yeah, Lex will give me crap. So tomorrow at 4:00, we have AJ Capasso from Talking with the Source and Coventry Circle Paranormal. He's going to be our guest on Through the Lens at 4 p.m. tomorrow Eastern. So if you want to check that out, and we are on Facebook. We're also on YouTube as well. So Through the Lens with Brian and Lex. There you go, Lex. I mentioned it. If you're watching this replay.
I just want to we shout out to somebody who's got to join us tonight, but he's not very well. Mike, the Naked Bigfoot, was going to join us tonight, but he's not very well. So, Mike, if you're watching this, get better,
Hope
buddy.
You're feeling better, buddy. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Much love, brother. Hope you see this and feel better soon.
Yeah. Drew had one more. Drew had one more.
Drew, tell us.
Drew.
Oh, and yes, Drew is our sponsor for Through the Lens.
Make sure you follow Bald and Bonkers. I can't say it now because you got my
Bald and Bonkers. There you go.
Bald and Bonkers. Make sure you follow
Bald and Bonkers, not Bald and Bonkers.
Oh well.
The idiots.
And also make sure you follow PBDV. Is it PBDV? I can't say it.
PD Region Paranormal.
I'm sorry, you
just cannot say that, can you?
No. I cannot say it. I try every time on the live. I just cannot say it.
Region Paranormal. PD Region Paranormal.
I really
Robert and Brian.
Yeah, them boys. I'm gonna say it on behalf of the DMTV
and Global United Paranormal Foundation.
Them guys serve a lot of shout outs for the stuff they do. Yes, massively. They do. Without them guys, I gotta give it to them as well. They're pretty cool guys. I recommend you guys go and check them out as well. Highly.
Well, they're okay.
I'll shut up. You're getting loads of shout outs. Yeah.
They're okay. They're not as good as Bald and Bonkers.
Bald and Bonkers are legend.
Yeah, I love Robert. Robert's gonna watch this and he's gonna give me crap. I love Robert. I love Brian. So
they might.
Well, we know you love yourself.
Yes.
Oh my!
He looks in the mirror and he goes, "Oh, look at
you know what's coming up this weekend tomorrow?
Sunday?
I got this. No, I got this paranormal team coming on. It's being seen on TV by Cameron Lane, but Ricky McCullen's coming on Monday.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's been on a lot of podcasts recently.
He's getting super good at his stuff.
Wasn't he on Bald and Bonkers?
He's been on Bald and Bonkers.
Rick
He's been
McCallum?
on some of my friends' shows.
Have you guys had Rick McCallum on your show?
I don't believe we have.
No.
You should. You should.
Only
He's a
get
good
one.
guy.
I don't know.
Good
We're
people.
getting pretty booked up.
Oh God, give me a break, guys.
Well, actually talking about that. What's the show tomorrow night, Dakota? What we're doing tomorrow night?
Yes, we're going to have a discussion on the Mothman. So we haven't really gone into cryptids a lot on this show. I noticed. Yeah,
It's a bad.
It's a bloody big one.
Have you
There's
got-
more to it than that.
You know what? Have you guys seen that? There's a picture on the net right now where the guy's standing right beside it's a big, huge bat, and it's hanging from the east croft of his house. It's a big bat. Come on, the Mothman.
My wings gone, you know. My wings are gone. You know. But
Have you
who
guys
else-
done? Have you guys done the Black Eyed Children? Is that coming up
No,
soon
yeah.
too?
No, but honestly, you want to know something I've always wanted to do? We've all probably seen it, where that guy managed to find that when there's a black-eyed children, there's these sounds they emit. It's kind of like similar concepts like CE5 protocols. But this guy, he hooked up a speaker, played it outside to lure black-eyed children to his house, and according to his footage, he actually was getting hits. I've always wanted to see if I could recreate that.
After 5 nights.
We'll test it.
After 5 nights.
What's that?
After 5 nights, he's doing that test. He done it after 5 nights of doing it and dropping the sound wave. He literally got black-eyed children knocking on his door. I know which guy you're on about. 'Cause I've been
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll need to send the black eyed kids to Brian. See if he makes of them.
Well, you know what? If you guys ever do a show on the Suicide Forest, I want to be on it. I
We will.
want to be on that show. Please, for the love
I'll
of
keep
God.
you in mind.
Well,
Oh my God.
we're actually going to say we've got a special guest coming on next month, haven't we, Dakota? I have to boast about this because I can't wait. I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
no, he is so excited for this. Dave Schrader from the Holzer Files is going to be joining us on July
Yeah.
2nd.
That's cool. That's very
Yeah.
cool. Very, very cool. He
Yeah.
seems like a good person.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
Very squirrel brained.
Can you do me a favor? Because AJ's
Yes.
already spoken to him once. Getting his podcast on Parapose Network Central. I want that podcast on the page. AJ's already spoken to him, and he said he was very interested. So
Well, that's the thing
like
with
what I'm
Dave.
saying.
We had to stalk his Twitter account in
Yeah.
order to get him to answer us.
yeah.
We'll say we've got this Canadian guy, and he really wants you to come on his podcast.
No, I don't want him on the podcast. I want him on the Central Network.
Oh, right.
His
okay.
podcast, because he has podcasts, right?
Yeah. Oh, he has a new one,
Yeah.
the little 60-minute thing.
Yeah.
That's
So I
right.
want that
That's
on.
right.
I want it on Parapose Network Central. I want.
you imagine
I
if you
want it
had
very
him, man?
badly. If I
Can you
ever
imagine?
had that, I would be. I'd be fine with everything else.
Dude,
What's-
our
what's
whole
the-
high-profile guests have been stalking our pages but not answering our messages. There you go.
They actually watch Bald and Bonkers. Believe it or not, these guys actually watch your shows, Brian. So see it
They've been
out
checking
now.
us out, so we know.
Yeah, Dave Schrader watches us, and so does other people. So
So can I make
Tell him
my
now.
plea?
On
Dave
you go.
Schrader. Dave Schrader. My name is Brian. Just kidding.
that
Mr.
sounded
Schrader.
very, that.
Just send me a message and we'll talk and we'll get you on. We'll get you on there and we'll get you lots of views.
I'll send you the email he sent me to contact him that we finally got it booked
Yes.
through. So maybe you'll have luck there.
No, you guys
He'll
just
email
talked to
you.
him. Have you thought about Parapose Network Central? It's a good page. You should come on over.
Aren't
guys
we
are gonna
already
be right in
streaming
there.
on there right now?
No. I'm telling you to tell him.
Ah,
Right.
right.
Keep
Joe,
going.
we'll sweet talk him for you. We'll sweet talk him. What can I? What do you offer
For the right
him
price.
For
Yeah,
to
I was
bring him
about to
in?
say that. What's the price going to be?
I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
all
if
good.
some-
You know what, you guys, you two are crazy. You two are obviously
Oh.
idiots, and I love you both, and thank you for You know,
Yeah.
the only reason why I say that, for people that don't know, that are new in the room, if you watch their intro, at the end of their intro, they say, listen to these idiots. So that's the only reason why I say it. I don't think
Because
they're
we're
really
idiots.
idiots. I don't. I think they're great guys. They're great friends. And obviously, Drew's a great friend as well. And
I'm not. I'm an enemy. What are you on about?
So I want to thank you guys for asking me to come up today, even though I was a replacement for somebody you really wanted to come up. So
No, we wanted you and him to come on. I can actually. Drew's the replacement.
Yeah.
Shut up,
Drew's
you.
the replacement.
Brian, we wanted you and Mike to have a good time together.
Yeah, I like Mike. He seems like a good guy.
Yeah. And for,
What are you
you're
laughing
in for a
about?
treat there. You realize he's probably sitting watching this now. Mike.
A
Brian,
big old
Mike.
pink suit showing you the good old meaning of magic, Mike.
I like that big long goatee he's got going there. You know.
Have you never noticed he likes to play with it quite a lot? He's always going like, oh.
No, I've never noticed that. I don't really look at that kind of stuff.
I wish I had one.
I know.
Yeah.
I was
trying to grow a beard. I was trying to grow a beard, and it got to a certain length and stopped. And I said, now it's just itchy and scratchy. I just want to get rid of it now. So
yeah,
it is what it is. We're babbling, right?
We're babbling.
Oh yeah.
I would like to tell everybody everybody that's listening to this, and everybody that will listen to this in 500 years' time in the future, that we're all a bunch of raving lunatics. And thank you for listening.
Okay.
You know,
it's okay.
And you know, so we'll catch you all tomorrow, guys. Thank you for coming.
Hold on a minute, Christopher. There was something else we had to announce. You know this.
Oh God, here we go. What are we go then?
Well, you already know about this one. No, not that I'm aware of. No,
He's up to something.
Yes.
Well, you already know what this one is. Well, first off, soon, we don't have exact dates put out yet. We'll be able to travel with the Bald and Bonkers crew to exotic locations. A special deal has been reached, ironing out the last little details as we speak. They messaged me as halfway through the show, so I should probably get back to them here soon. Looking forward to those opportunities because we have potential to go to places like Machu Picchu, Patagonia, South Africa. A lot of exciting potential destinations for all new shows as well. Then there's also the other thing.
What?
There's 3 of us in this group who ended up joining a Blue Man Group knockoff called Bald Man Group. We have exclusive footage.
Who is that? Who is that?
Don't know.
Whose faces were those? What the hell? Oh, I need that. You got to put that up on the page, seriously. And you got to put names over top of who it was. That was awesome.
You know what I'm gonna do now? After we finish and you do put that up, and you send it to me, I'm gonna take the piss out of that.
You got to put that.
I think you need to show that one more
You got to
time.
put that up on the page. You seriously have to put that up on Parapost Network Central. You have to do it, man. That was awesome.
Play
Show
it
one
play
more
it
time.
one more time. One more
Show it
time.
one more time.
Oh God.
You got to make sure you put the names over top, though, who it is.
Hopefully, I got a high pitch enough so it didn't get flagged.
I'm literally just gonna take the mic out to that post. I'm gonna have my fun now.
My
Oh my God.
God.
We should do the lift again.
Oh. How long is it? How long is it?
Just a
How
few
long is it?
seconds.
Okay, my God. When'd you do that?
When I found out that you were going to be coming on.
Oh my God, you got to share that, seriously.
my
That's
God.
awesome. We can put that
That's just
everywhere.
crazy.
We can put that everywhere.
Jesus.
Hopefully, it doesn't get a violation for the song.
Yeah, let me play it one more time for everybody.
I'm hoping I altered the audio so we don't get flagged.
So am I the one on the right?
You're the one that kind of guy.
On the right side? Just to make sure.
Oh,
Put that up
on the-
again. I'm trying to figure out which I'm not the front one because I don't have like the stash.
Philip, come on now, please.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put the names over top of it, who it is.
You're the
one.
pink purple one.
Aye,
Wow.
with the big tongue above you.
Really?
You're the one under the emoji.
One more time, let's see that.
Oh God.
Oh, it's true.
Oh.
That's okay.
When you go to Dakota, when you go.
Look how good I even look good blue. That's awesome. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Oh Jesus. That's funny. Thank you for that. I
Oh.
needed that. That was awesome.
Ladies
That's
and gentlemen,
just as good as the types one.
thank you everyone for coming. And we'll see you all tomorrow night. And hopefully
Yes.
we'll play the trailer again for you. Just for a
Yes.
treat.
All right.